Hello everyone and welcome into the 2015 Motorsport.com Outdoor Nationals Series, an MX Simulator racing event put on by RaceFactoryGaming.com. My name is Kellen Brower here for Start Your Systems TV, and tonight we're bringing you Redbud! Yeah, that's right, it is time for round 7 of this outdoor championship in MX Simulator at Redbud, and currently on the track is the 250 consolation race, 4 laps, top 4 qualify into the main motos. The other 36 riders have already been seeded into the motos via qualifying times, so the guys that are out on track currently are just fighting to fill those last 4 positions. So yeah, we are up and streaming right now. If you guys can give me a quick shout in chat, let me know that you can hear and see everything fine, that'd be great. And if you give me just a moment, I'm going to turn my air conditioner on because it is freaking hot as dicks in my room. Alright, there we go. Thank you, Radioner165 and OWS or OWS454 for letting me know it is all good in chat. So I'll just slowly start scrolling around the field. So if you find your favorite rider, you can be like, oh my gosh, that's my boy. If you're currently watching this back on YouTube playback, I'd skip forward maybe like 7-8 minutes and you'll probably find the start of 250 Moto 1. There's a lot of pretty damn good riders in this consolation race. Huh. There's Dylan Ogilvy, which somebody requested. He is currently running in the 30th position, so he's probably not going through. In fact, he's on a lap down. Hey, there I am. Trevor Doiron, Zach Ritchie, Chad Green, and Jace Baldwin in the top 4. Let's see here. Not a really good spot this week, I guess, to just look out over the track. Alright, so I will go back on board with somebody. There we go. And I'm also going to reach in the old fridgeroni and grab myself a beer, because I don't have vodka again tonight, so we're not going to be able to do shots. Unfortunately, I don't know if Moto Go plans on joining me later tonight in the 450 class or not, but I'm sure once he gets here, if he does, that he can make mention of that. And beer time. Oh yeah. Alright, lap number 3 of 4. 250 consolation race here at Redbud. If you're looking for your favorite rider, as I was stating before, you may scroll across the top of the screen and see that we have a running order going from screen right to screen left, and that'll cycle through depending on how many riders there are, roughly every minute and a half to 2 minutes. If you want a more up-to-date, instead of seeing exactly what is coming across my screen, you can go to racefactorygaming.com/live-timing, and that'll put you where you want. Something just happened to Trevor Doiron. Well, it looks like he is back now, but game lagged out or something. So it looks like some of you guys are having troubles in chat. We got Darky MX40 and Tiago MX. I know, Tiago, you're from Brazil, and I apologize, but Brazilian internet is not the best, and you might be coming across that particular issue, because right now running at about 27 kilobytes per second on my end, and the stream running solid. I haven't dropped frames once in 6 minutes of recording. So hopefully you guys can figure it out. As we're circulating lap number 4, the final lap of this 250 consolation race. Chad Green now leads the race after Doiron had his incident, but I believe Doiron is still in second. Yes, he is. And Chase Baldwin sits third, Alex Carlo fourth, Chase McDonald fifth, Zach Ritchie, Daniel Batchelor, Bronson Gasparian, Devin Ryan, Sonny Edmondson, and Alex Cunningham is your top 11. Edmondson inside the top 10. So these guys might still have a shot, but a bit of a long one that is. Alright, Darky MX40. Figured he might be Australian, but we also have Will IT, or Will A. Itty. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names, but he says he's in Australia as well, and it seems to be working for him. Again, a lot of how Twitch works for some people depends on where they are. If you have good internet, Twitch tends to work pretty good. Like I said, I am loading into Twitch just fine. The stream goes from me into Twitch, runs perfect on my end, so it might be that you're just not loading up your internet quick enough. Alright, good to know, Tiago, that you got it all working now. Hopefully we can get as many people watching tonight as we can. Always like to have a nice live audience. And of course interact with people as well. As our gaming channel on YouTube continues to grow, we have more and more of a fan base that may or may not want to get to know us personally, instead of just listening to us talk behind a microphone and play video games. So questions are always welcome in chat. You can't be too much with the questions, but if you've actually got a legit question, I will likely answer it. And especially later on in the night when we get more guests in chat, like maybe Checkers, who created the track, or Moto Gogo, who does the amateur live stream. They get involved with the chat as well, and it's always a good time. It says Chad Green is going to come down and win this consolation race. Well done to him. Looks like Doiron's going to cross second. We'll wait for Baldwin, who has Carlo and Ritchie right behind him. So this is a battle for the line in this LCQ. 3 riders. Carlo's going to try to make the move for second, but Baldwin hangs on, and barring cuts, Ritchie's going to miss out by a little over half a second. Roughly 7 tenths to be exact. He will miss out. Or excuse me, 6 tenths. Oh, Will Leite or Lighty? Will Leite? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm terrible with names. Yeah. So, anyway, we're gonna have the 250 motors coming up in just a moment. As soon as everybody gets completed with this here race. We'll just wait here on good old Laraco's leap. See if anybody else is coming through and huckabucking it. 250 riders this week have struggled with this leap, from what I can tell. As I was watching Matt Burkeen, your series points leader, do some qualifying laps today, and even he couldn't do it on a couple occasions, but still was able to get it for the most part. Probably going to be a big difference maker in this 250 class. It has been in the past when we've raced here at Redbud. Of course, brand new Redbud this year, created by Checkers, as I was saying. Way different than, I believe, Barrington, who created the version before that. And we had Geopan in 2012. Who did 2013? Might have been Barrington then, too. Either way different setup, different ruts, different traction, I believe. Should be fun. Coop Dog 215. I'm not sure what your question is asking, to be honest. How do you stream on MXM when the game isn't on Twitch? Not really sure what that is supposed to mean, so if you could lead me in the direction of what question you're asking, I'll try to get that answered for you. Alright, so Darky MX40 also got it figured out, so thanks everybody in chat who helped out with getting people situated and watching the live feed here. Don't want to leave anybody out. Gonna have some good fun tonight, good action. I'm drinking, it's a good time. We're at Redbud. And as I said, we're just kind of waiting here for results to be final. Shout out to all the sponsors, the Motosport.com Outdoor Series, Race Tech Suspension, Vermoto Gamers, Vermoto.com, Two Wheelers Graphics, EBS Neck Brace, Tagger Designs. I believe One Industries is still a sponsor. Of course, MX Simulator is still a sponsor. TM Factory Racing, we might have banners for those somewhere. Novik Gloves. Several good people behind this game, which is always cool to see. I've tried to stream on MX Sim, but when I pick what game I'm streaming, well, what happens, Coop Dog, is if you just type in the game on Twitch, if you just type in MX Simulator, it'll still show up that you're playing MX Simulator. It just doesn't recognize on Twitch as like a game that is recently used or used a lot, so. But yeah, I mean, all I did was just, when it says now playing on Twitch, you go to that box and type in MX Simulator, and that's what I do. I mean, that's pretty much what I gather that Moto, Gogo, and Dio, and, you know, like that white guy and all those other people do when they stream, so. Jesus Christ, that was loud. Alright, so this appears to be the 40-man field, but it is the parade lap. So while these guys go out for their parade lap here, I'll just try to latch on to somebody who's going to get to the corner first, as everybody literally went down. Alright, let's give you guys a rundown of who we're expecting to see here. Tonight's MX Simulator 250 National at Redbud. We've got the 15 ride of Fro, Dominic Tiberino, 317 of Anthony Bernard. We've got Zach Ritchie, Maxim Tissone, Thomas Wilcox, who won the first moto at Budds Creek a week ago, Justin Petznick, Alex Carlo, Charlie Way, Kevin LeLong, Connor Lins, Dade Honeywell, Gustavo Diniz, Phil Bull, Aaron Hachi, Zach Prokop, Tyler Lewis, Jeff Cooper, David Wright, Kyle Robb, your fastest qualifier, Jerry Robin, J-Rob is back, it looks like, this week. That's cool to see. Will Whiteley, Dominic Saulnier, Gunnar Fugler, Brock Pappy, Bryce Whelan, Victor Nycott, Tanner Rogers, Trevor Doiron, Chase Donovan, Connor Peavy, Chase DeSell, Craig Leake, Noah Baker, Will Stockland, Kyler Hockey, Chad Green, Rush Chapman, Jeremy Seabolt, points leader, number 18, Matt Burkeen. And the last rider that will line up tonight is the 137 ride of Dalton Plessinger. So here we go. We've got 30 minutes plus 2 laps lined up for you guys. So sit back and watch. For the next 2 hours, we're going to be here live on SYS TV, bringing you 250 action. And then we'll switch over to the 450 class after a short break. But non-stop coverage of the Redbud 250 National starts right here, right now, as we get loaded up into the gate. I'm going to take a look at somebody closer to the inside. Maybe a little bit. Oh, here we go. Kyle Robb. More on the inside, right in the middle of the screen on your 23. It's time to go racing Redbud. Oh, somebody got a killer start from the outside. It's Rush Chapman who leads him through into turn number 1, and he puts Wilcox, who's right on him, in the ground, and there is pileups everywhere. I'm pretty sure Kyle Robb was down before they even got to the first corner. And the Frenchman, Kevin Lalong, threw away a moto win last week up front here early, right behind Rush Chapman. All right, so things settling out here a little bit more on the opening lap. Chapman goes down, so Lalong is going to go to the lead as he just gets over that double. He's got to watch out as Anthony Bernard closes up behind him. Whip cam, these guys are throwing all kinds of dualies. So we got Brack Pappy, Victor Nycott go through as maybe Bernard, I believe that was, that slid out, or another rider. Apologies to Bernard if that wasn't. Here's your points leader, Matt Burkeen, coming down on the 18 machine. And we got Zach Ritchie, Jeremy Siebolt behind him, Aaron Hachi, Noah Baker, who's got Phil Bull on his inside, and Honeywell around the outside. Then DeSalle, Lewis, Prokop, Wright, and a bunch of others coming through. Looked like Donovan was also in there as we go back up to the front. Watch your race leader. Frenchman EMC concept graph ride of Kevin Lalong on the 511. Heading down towards the sky shot next to the American flag under the Race Tech banners. Swings a left and into the rollers the first time under the motor option banner. Long already starting to open a bit of a gap over Anthony Bernard. Then the 144, Brock Pappy's closing in as we've got Nycott down in the background. So Lalong's teammate was up front. He coughs up 4th place to... Oh, Lalong, he was down in the rut there, so he's going to lose 2 spots, maybe 3. We'll have to see if Burkeen can launch Larocco's Leap here on lap number 1. Is he going to go for it? He is! Only rider in the top 4 to do it, and he just squeaks by. Thought Lalong was going to scooch to the right, but Burkeen able to sneak by, so he's up into 3rd, which means Anthony Bernard of LeBigUSA.com leads the opening lap at Redbud. And he's got heavy pressure from the 144 DX3 rider Brock Pappy, as well as your points leader, number 18 machine of Matt Burkeen. Couple questions in chat. Is that the real Brock Pappy? Is that the real Matt Burkeen? Yes and yes. Brock Pappy just qualified for Loretta's at the south of the border area regional last weekend, I believe. And Matt Burkeen is still recovering from a torn ACL where he was practicing Supercross. And Burkeen is about to go around the outside of Pappy here. Maybe not. Pappy has a good inside line. It's going to be a drag race up the hill, maybe. A little scrub down. Are we going to see some dualies here? Nope. Burkeen decides not to throw it as he might have gotten clipped if he did. Who has a better line here? As Lalong is just lurking. Anthony Bernard getting away. Burkeen's going to try the inside. Pappy all the way around the outside. And Burkeen nabs that position. So Burkeen, Pappy, and Lalong now in a train right behind Anthony Bernard, your race leader. The 317 ride, apologies to the LeBigUSA.com team. Not sure why I don't have their skins, but I don't. Obviously, people change skins a lot mid-season, so that might be part of it, or maybe they just never put it in the SYS TV skins thread. Either way, still nice to have all the skins, and I unfortunately don't have theirs. As Burkeen and Pappy, you can see really rearing up here through the sand rollers. Everybody goes to the outside. Burkeen really smooth in the corners, scrubs it down. So let's see if Burkeen here goes for the lead on Larocco's Leap. Swings wide and then clips the middle rut. Is Bernard going to get the leap? He's got a great drive, and he goes for it, and he's going to get it as well. So Burkeen and then Pappy, I thought, was doing it, but he actually did just double it. Look at how much time those guys are able to open up on Pappy in 3rd. Is Burkeen already looking up an inside line here? Lap number 2 in the books. Bernard has led 2 laps. And he's going to have to really push hard to lead another one as Burkeen is right there. Tell you what, Bernard holding on with the pressure quite well right now. So they sweep through this little left-hand sweep into the back, a right-hand 180. Burkeen tries an inside move, not close enough. We'll head up the fly racing uphill triple. Nice. Good to see the style. Oh, Burkeen's going to try the middle line this time. Last time Burkeen around the outside was maybe trying a different line to get around Pappy. It ended up working, and again, he's going to go to the inside here. Bernard around the outside, Burkeen inside. Gains a little bit of time. That is one big rut on the inside of that off camber. Oh, look at how low Burkeen stayed compared to Bernard, and Bernard has to go off the track as he almost gets into a tough block. Burkeen nearly got into the back of him. Now they race back up the hill, and you can see Lalong has now made the pass on Brock Pappy for third. So Lalong, trying to make amends for his early slip-up while he was leading the race, got cross-rutted right before Larocco's leap. Just at the tail end of the first lap, did not actually lead the lap, but now sits third and has his sights set on Matt Burkeen. So here we go towards Larocco's leap again. Burkeen around the outside. He's going to swoop back across the middle. I think that helps him get a little better drive in. Look at the speed he carries. And Bernard's going to have to check up and double. So Matt Burkeen is going to triple Larocco's leap. I thought he was going to take the lead, but he came up just short. Now they're side by side. And Bernard just hanging on. Burkeen might be getting a little pushy here. We'll have to see if he starts to force a move. Look at how wide he swings, and then he cuts back underneath here. It's a good line, but he's not close enough. Now Bernard defending the inside quite well there, and then swings right through the middle to the outside rut. Drops down the table. Burkeen applying all kinds of pressure. Maybe tries an inside move here. Not going to be able to double though, so loses a little ground. Certainly Bernard knows he's there. All right, let's give you guys some updates on lap times as those guys go through. And they have 3 laps now in the books. Last time by, Matt Burkeen was your fastest rider on track at actually the fastest rider on the track was Dade Honeywell, currently running in the 4th spot. So we've lost Lalong again, back to 7th. But Bernard was actually a 10th quicker that lap than Burkeen. Both ran about the same pace. Burkeen holds your fastest lap right now, actually, at a 2:14.4. Last time by, Burkeen at a 2:17 flat. Bernard at a 2:16.9. And way different lines. You can see Burkeen's going anywhere he can. They've dropped, obviously, Poppy, as Poppy went through when Lalong dropped back to 7th. For the rest of the field, as long as Bernard stays in front of Burkeen, it is good news for them, but this might all change really quickly. But it's good news for them in that Burkeen is not pulling away at the front. He's just kind of more or less stuck. I wouldn't say that Bernard is a slouch, but you can see Bernard, comes up short on Larocco's leap, and he's going to lose the lead because Burkeen has the inside line. So just like that, as I was speaking about it, Burkeen to your race lead. Now Bernard slips to second, did a great job to lead the first 3 laps of the race, but Burkeen leads lap number 4 as we go on to lap number 5 now, back across the start straight towards the motorsport.com whole shot area. Matt Burkeen, your new race leader. We'll go back to Brock Pappy, who's in 3rd. Dade Honeywell comes through in 4th. Victor Nycott runs in the number 5 spot. Kyle Robb, first time we've seen the fastest qualifier. He comes through in 6th with Lalong right behind him. HRC ride of Tyler Lewis, Dominic Tiberino in 9th as he goes off the track, but he's going to get up in front of Zach Prokop, who runs in the number 10 spot. So that's your top 10 rundown currently. As Matt Burkeen is now your race leader. And as the clock clicks through, we are now 10 minutes in The 250 Moto 1, a 30-minute plus 2-lap race. So still 20 minutes plus 2 laps to go. Look how fast Burkeen is pulled away from Bernard. Keen to see what lap he runs. That last time by, Burkeen actually ran 2:15.3, which is not his best lap. The best lap of the race last time by was ran by Kyle Robb, running in 7th, or now 6th actually, as he just got by Lalong. But he did a 2:12.3, which is also your fastest lap of the race. So Kyle Robb, right here, goes by the name Ryder, is the little teaser thing. But that the real name of that rider is Kyle Robb, career number 23, fastest man on the track, but has quite the uphill battle after that first turn crash. Done well so far to get himself up to 6th from that position, but definitely still has a lot of work to do here. Not going to be able to do Larocco's leap. Honeywell's got by Pappy, so he's up to 3rd. You can see the gap back to Honeywell, then Pappy, and Nycott over the line behind him. All right, Matt Burkeen now comes through and resets fast lap of the race, that time by on lap number 4 at a 2:12.375. So you can tell that fresh air, not having to deal with Anthony Bernard right in front of him, has given Matt Burkeen the edge that he needs, and you can see the gap has already stretched out quite a good margin, over 4 seconds now. And just as I say, Burkeen ran the best lap, Kyle Robb continues to be the fastest rider on the track as he resets fast lap at a 2:11.359, which I expect to see these times continuing to drop. Robb was the fastest qualifier to 2:07. So these guys roughly 4 seconds off their qualifying pace, which